Hi, it's Kaylin. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you had a good holiday. I am here to do a holiday book haul for you. I got one book as a gift, and I used gift cards to get the rest of these books. So I have about 9 to show you. I'm just going to jump right into it. The first book I have is Footnotes from the World's Greatest Bookstores by Bob Eckstein. This is a book about featuring a bunch of bookstores. I think there's about 75. The author traveled the world and painted various bookstores that were considered to be very well known or popular, and he included anecdotes and quotes from maybe the bookstore owners or patrons of the bookshops that he went to, and they include a little background on the bookstore on one page, and then his artwork and maybe a quotation or an anecdote. This was very interesting. It had a lot of kind of funny stories in it, kind of surprising stories, maybe celebrity encounters, and just strange things too that also happened at the bookshops. So just kind of a nice variety of things. The artwork is very pleasing. I really like the colors in it. I like how the book opens from top to bottom and then pages are side to side. So 75 different bookstores. I reviewed this on Goodreads, so you can check that out by clicking the link below. And so that's the book I got for my mom, actually, as a gift for Christmas. And I will jump into the rest of the books I bought with gift cards. Milk and Honey is a book of poems by Rupi Kaur. I'm not really sure how to say that last name. They're a bunch of short poems. There's a lot of poems that deal with trauma and grief and just really difficult stuff. So I kind of felt I had mixed feelings with this book. I might review it on Goodreads. I haven't decided yet. There are some beautiful poems in here, and some just feel like kind of brief statements. So they were kind of hard to really judge because there wasn't a whole lot there, I guess. But the drawings are interesting. The author did the drawings herself, so there's a few of them there. And so I've seen kind of mixed reviews on this, and I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. I kind of had, I didn't love it, I didn't hate it. Some of the poems are really beautiful. I think I want to go back through it and look and kind of take out some of the ones that really spoke to me or that were I thought were beautiful. So that was that. Next book is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. That really needs no introduction. I used to have this book, and I didn't get around to reading it. And now as the movie came out, and I was recommended it by a friend, I'd kind of like to see the movie, but I'd like to read the book first. So I kind of renewed my interest in it. I like it because of just a lot of the strange, creepy photographs inside kind of drew me. And it's talked about all the time on Goodreads. So I figure maybe I'm missing out on something. So I will pick that up eventually. Next book I have is The Lunch Witch, or just Lunch Witch, Knee Deep in Niceness by Deb Lucky. This is a little children's graphic novel. It's actually a follow-up to Lunch Witch, which I read maybe about a year ago. And it's got really cute pictures in it. The art kind of reminds me of a movie that I saw called The Triplets of Belleville. It's kind of, it came out years ago. Just kind of a little bit crude, I guess. Maybe that's the wrong word to say, but I like it anyway. It's a cute story. The first one was a cute story. This witch had a shop where she sold potions or magic tonics, and it went out of business, so she had to get a new job. So she becomes a lunch lady at this school and kind of befriends a little girl at the school. And so I liked it, the first book, and I'm looking forward to getting into the second book. So it'll probably be really cute. I like graphic novels, and I've been on a kick of reading kind of books that are shorter, because I had a goal of reading 100 books this year on Goodreads, and I'm going to end up about 35. So I did not do so well this year, but that's okay. I think I'll probably make a goal of 50 books for 2017, which I think is going to be a lot more doable. So the next book is The Poet's Dog by Patricia McLaughlin. I picked this up because of the cover. I think it's so pretty. And this is about, I guess, some kids that are wandering in the woods. I don't know if they get lost, and a dog finds them and leads them to this cabin where a poet lives. And I guess it's just the connection between the children, the poet, and the dog. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's about maybe 70 pages. Really nice hardback book. And of course, this is one of my favorite covers, I think, that I've seen this year. So I'm looking forward to getting this. I love children's books, too. I'm kind of, I guess, a child at heart. So next book is also a graphic novel comic, Giant Days. And this has been talked about a while back on Goodreads, and I wanted to pick it up then, but I never got around to it. And when I went to pick this up, there are 2 follow-up volumes out, 2 and 3 already. So I can pick this, I can read this and then pick up the other 2 if I like it. It's about a girl who goes off to university, I guess, to college, and meets some friends. I think it's probably a bit of a coming of age. So probably a pretty quick read. And so that's Giant Days. The next book is Troll Bridge by Neil Gaiman. I have not seen this talked about yet. I saw it in Barnes & Noble, and it's Neil Gaiman, which is kind of eye-catching. And I think it's about a child maybe who encounters this bridge troll, and I think it might be a metaphor for his fears, and him conquering his fears is my guess. I'm not really sure. But anything by Neil Gaiman that comes out, I'm pretty interested in. I haven't read a whole lot of Neil Gaiman. I've read Coraline and Stardust, and I think that's about. Oh yeah, and The Ocean at the End of the Lane, which I was not too fond of. I think it was pretty popular. A lot of people really liked it. It just didn't hit me very hard. But I really like his children's stuff. I think this artist that illustrates this is Colleen Doran. And so I'll just give you a little sample of some of the drawings in here. So it looks pretty interesting, and it's probably about, I don't know, 20, 30 pages or so. So this will be like a quick read. And I like that it's a hardcover as well. Next book is also a graphic novel, The Return of the Honey Buzzard by Amy DeJong. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, but this is about a man whose bookstore closes, and I guess he's kind of down on his luck, and he meets a woman who gets him to open up about some of his past that's really haunting to him. I don't know. I think they form a friendship. Maybe it's a romance, I'm not sure. But I kind of thumbed through a few of the pages, and the art is appealing to me. I kind of am drawn to graphic novels that feature kind of real life stories, or realistic stories, rather. And the art in here kind of reminds me of Blankets by Craig Thompson, his artwork style, kind of realistic. And so this one looks really good. I really like the cover. It's kind of simple but striking. And I have one more book to show you, and it is kind of my favorite right now. Back to the Future, the Ultimate Visual History by Michael Klastorin with Randall Atomaniak. I don't know how to say that. And Michael J. Fox does the foreword, and there's a preface by Christopher Lloyd in here. So this is actually basically a behind-the-scenes visual book. It gives you a lot of pictures, some things you can pull out. This is like Doc's letter, I think, to Marty. It says do not open until 1985. There's a few postcards you can pull out. A lot of interesting pictures. There's also some pictures of Eric Stoltz in here working with the director. He was actually the first choice for to play Marty McFly, and then I don't know if there were scheduling conflicts or he just wasn't working out for the role, and they got Michael J. Fox. There's the flux capacitor. But this book I had seen maybe 2 years ago or so at Barnes & Noble. It was about $50. I think it was slightly discounted then, but it was a little bit out of my price range. And I just saw it yesterday at Barnes & Noble on sale for $12.98. So I had to, this was like a no-brainer. This is an immediate, I have to have this. So of course, obviously, this is one of my favorite movies. Growing up in the 80s, if you didn't see Back to the Future, I don't know where you were or what you were doing. So anyway, that is all that I have. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I'm looking forward to reading all these books. If you've read any of these books or you're interested in them, feel free to comment below. I like to read comments. And I will be back. I'm probably going to do a little list of my favorite books of 2016, maybe do a video on my least favorite books as well. So I look forward to filming that. Hopefully I will get videos out in a more timely manner starting now. It's kind of one of my resolutions for 2017 to be more active on YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great new year. Bye.